Coming up on Mountain News this morning, severe weather left damage all across the Commonwealth as folks prepare for more this weekend. And a new policy is changing the deadline for schools to use millions of dollars for COVID relief funding.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning and a happy Friday to you, Mountain family. I am Amelia Lee here with you on this April 4th, and the time is 6:31, and it is time to check on in with meteorologist Megan Dusmal on this first alert weather day. I know, Megan, we've had some severe weather in the days past, some rain as well in a lot of different areas. I know I, for one, was following that rain in Estill County yesterday, but what is happening for our Friday and our weekend ahead?
Well, we have some rain chances and storm chances this morning. We do have a little bit of a break, then some more chances for rain tonight and this afternoon. But severe chances enter back into the forecast as you're heading Saturday night into Sunday. And we still have storms that entire time. Right now, we're looking at some lightning strikes, especially as you're heading towards the more northern portion of our area. You can see for counties such as Breathitt, even into Magoffin, Johnson, Martin even, and some of Lawrence County seeing some of those lightning strikes, but more is on the way. We do see this system right here. That's from Bowling Green to Danville. Could see that clip the top of our area as well. We're watching that over the next couple of minutes to be another provider of rain to this area that's already seeing so much rain the past couple hours, and more rain is on the way. Here's a look at where that line is, and you can really tell the temperature difference with anything above that line. Looking at temperatures in the 50s, even seeing 30s as you're traveling closer towards the Dakotas. And then as you're traveling south of that line, we're seeing 60s and 70s popping out in the forecast. Here's a look at our current temperatures, where we do see some 70s for our area. 76 in Harlan, 73 in Middlesboro, in Jacksboro, 75 for this moment. Now we head into the afternoon. Temperatures will continue to warm up, looking at 80s for most of the area, with the exception of Moorhead, 73, and Logan, 79. Here's a look how we'll get to those temperatures. We'll hit the high around that 5 o'clock mark today. Amelia.
Thank you, Megan. Governor Andy Beshear provided a Team Kentucky update from Frankfort yesterday. The governor is urging people to be extra cautious during the next few days. He says that he needs to remind drivers about what is preached time and time again. Turn around, don't drown.
The February flooding that we really just got through, that we are still cleaning up and rebuilding from, showed us that especially when we have this much rain, it's the decisions about when to get out, about what to drive through, when to go stay with someone else, that can be the difference between life and death.
Governor Beshear says there have not been any reports of any weather-related deaths in Kentucky. The governor did say that there have been several debris-related injuries. Storms impacted people in West Virginia. One family in Wayne County woke up to find wind damage. Their pergola was picked up by the storm and then landed on their cars. The structure was bolted down, but the wind was able to move it around 25 feet. One car's sunroof was smashed, allowing water to get in, while another car's windshield was cracked. Homeowner Roger Smith says his family will assess the damage and clean up what they can.
We had an alert at about 4:45 this morning and had no time to react. Once we were trying to get to a safer place, then we noticed the damage. It was very fast. The winds came and then they were gone.
Now, Wayne County, West Virginia is just one of several counties that experienced storm damage. Today should have been opening day of the 2025 spring meet at Keeneland in Lexington. But thanks to storms and the possibility of flooding, the first 2 days of racing are postponed. Well, disappointment was expected. Keeneland CEO Shannon Arvin says this choice was not money motivated. Friday's Ashland Stakes will move to Monday, and the Toyota Bluegrass Card will take place Tuesday. Both are important prep races ahead of the Kentucky Oaks and Kentucky Derby 151.
We'll work really hard to make both of those days special for everybody here.
They work closely with veterinarians, jockeys, trainers, and horsemen to prioritize safety for all. Those who purchase general admission tickets for Friday and Saturday will now be able to enter on any race day, including dates that were already sold out. A man is now in custody after a hit and run in Laurel County. It happened just before 4:30 yesterday morning on US 25. It's roughly 2 miles from London. Officials say the victim was driving a moped when they were hit from behind. Thomas Williams of Russell County died after he was taken to a hospital. Deputies say Tyler Taparick of London was arrested. Taparick was charged with leaving the scene of an accident with a death. A man wanted in a 2019 Pike County murder case that's been on the run for years was arrested in South Carolina. U.S. Marshals say Charles Blevins was wanted for a deadly shooting that happened in South Williamson. Adrian Smith was killed in a park in July 2019. Blevins was also convicted of second-degree murder in Cable County, West Virginia in 2009, but he was released on parole in 2019. A man who was arrested in connection with the death of a woman trapped in a fire truck was in a Leslie County courtroom on Wednesday. Austin Turner was behind the wheel of the fire truck when it crashed back in 2023. He was later found to be under the influence. Regina Huffman was removed from the truck and later died after she was taken to a hospital. Turner has another pretrial conference set for July 2nd. 2 Somerset men are facing charges after police found suspected meth inside a home. U.S. Forest Service agents were investigating a case where timber was stolen. Law enforcement later obtained a search warrant for a home in Somerset. In addition to suspected meth, police also found firearms and stolen property during the home search. Nathaniel Witz and Trent Whitaker were taken to the Pulaski County Detention Center. Eastern Kentucky University announced it's now Kentucky's largest public regional university. Its enrollment stands at 14,565 students. EKU says its growth is led by an intentional focus on affordability. One of its most impactful initiatives provides free textbooks to all degree-seeking students. A recent change by the U.S. Department of Education is expected to put millions of dollars promised to Kentucky school districts at risk. On Friday, the U.S. Secretary of Education announced the department was changing the time period to liquidate COVID relief funds. That period would end the day of the announcement. That's last Friday. Nancy Hutchinson with the Kentucky Education Development Corporation says the changes to the funding will have impacts across the board.
Is certainly going to rock the foundation of the state of Kentucky and our school districts.
Education Commissioner Dr. Robbie Fletcher says 19 school districts asked to have extended time to fully spend their COVID relief dollars, which totaled about $84 million. He says there are 13 districts with $34 million remaining that should be accessible to spend. On Wednesday, the UK College of Nursing hosted the first ever Kentucky Health Policy Conference. The conference was focused on addressing substance use disorder. Health community workers, peer support specialists, and state officials all attended. The conference discussed topics like how to best spend opioid settlement funds and recovery housing legislation. Those behind the event say it was a huge success, and they're looking forward to doing it again.
Hopefully this policy conference will continue and build and just bring together people across Kentucky to learn more about what they can do, how their voice can be heard to help support these communities.
The UK College of Nursing says they were expecting between 50 and 100 people to show up, but it far exceeded expectations. They ended up capping capacity at 225 attendees.
You're not going to need your coat this morning as you start off the day. Temperatures will already be in the 50s to 70s depending on location. Looking at the warmer temperatures more towards the south, and as you're traveling more to the areas that have seen the rain chances the past couple days, a little bit cooler sitting in the mid to upper 50s. Now this afternoon, everyone will see this warmth. We're mainly going to be sitting in the 80s, looking at mid to upper 80s for our more southern counties and low 80s and upper 70s with the exception of Moorhead in the low 70s as you're traveling more towards the north. Now here's what you need to know in terms of that live pinpoint Doppler radar. Still looking clear as you're traveling more towards the south, seeing some rain chances for our northern counties and some lightning and thunder as you're traveling closer towards that Kentucky, West Virginia border. Here's what you need to know as you're heading off to the bus stop this morning. You might need to grab that raincoat, especially as you're traveling more towards the north, but a jacket will not be necessary as those temperatures will be in the upper 50s. Some places seeing even warmer than that, and by the time you're heading home, it'll be even warmer, mainly looking in the upper 70s and low 80s, which will be nice and comfortable with a break from the rain in the afternoon. More chances starting up the evening and overnight. Stay with us. More mountain news and weather is on the way.